I've only been dating Ty for 3 weeks when he asked me to go camping with him. I'm a city girl and I hate nature, but he kept pressuring me until I gave in. He said that he found this perfect place in the forest, and since things were going so well between us, he really wanted to take me there. We drove to the forest outside our city and parked off the road. Then Ty took me on a 2-hour hike to his favorite spot. I was surprised when we got there because it was just another area of forest. There wasn't even much of a clearing. I asked him if he was sure this was the right place, and he said, "Absolutely. I've taken people here before." I thought that was a weird thing to say, but I quickly forgot about it. He started pitching the tent, and he asked me to go collect firewood. I didn't want to be alone in the forest, but Ty assured me that there wasn't any bears or other dangerous animals in the area. It was just him and me. I walked for a bit, but I couldn't find much usable wood. It had rained recently, and everything was too wet. So I kept going. Eventually, I found another clearing that had a pile of dry sticks, so I started gathering them up. It was a strange pile, as if a person had gathered up the wood and then just left it there. After I had an armful, I noticed something in the ground. That pile of sticks was covering a deep hole with something at the bottom. I was lucky I didn't fall in myself. I pulled aside a bit more of the wood and gasped. There in the pit was a dead woman. No, not just a single woman. The pit was filled with bodies half sticking out of the mud. The body on top, a blonde woman wearing high heels, stared back at me with glossy eyes. Horrified, I ran back to the campsite and told Ty what I found. He wrapped me in a hug and told me everything was going to be okay. He took out his phone and called 911, but he couldn't get a signal. He told me to wait right there while he tried to get the call to connect. I waited by the tent while Ty wandered out of view. Now that I was alone, everything seemed to crash down on me. I started to hyperventilate. But then Ty came back and helped me sit down. He said that the police told him they'd get here in about 20 minutes. We should just sit tight and wait. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to get out of there. He told me that we needed to stay here and give our statements to the police. He guided me back to the tent and told me to just rest my eyes while we waited. I did as I was told, but I also stole his phone from his pocket while he took me into the tent. There was something about his expression that I didn't trust. Since I'd met him, I'd never seen him smile like that. He looked devious, and I wanted to see if he actually called 911 like he said. Once he left me alone in the tent, I pulled out his phone and looked up his call history. I was right. He'd faked the phone call to the police. But why? It didn't make any sense. I wasn't sure why I thought of this, but I decided to go through his photos to see if there was something he wasn't